guys, with this one right here, we didn't got something in the tune with it. OFB, AKZ, X, Kush, Purge. You got the Purge with Kush and AKZ and the OFB. OFB coming into the whole thing, but you got with the Purge, the Kush, and the AKZ Purge, and with the Axe, AKZ coming into it, especially with this whole thing right here coming into the whole thing. But you got with the Purge, the Purge and the whole thing. But you got with AKZ, Kush, and just with the Purge.
A motion picture by DTG.
Little bros like 15, running with a 15, trying to feed man all the inch. Dealers then make big cream, skid, make a big scene, still roll around with a thing on my hip. Brown or white, which one have a pick? 10 out of 10, cause they loving the whip. Slip, don't slide when you touching the strip. Wear that mask, like trying to get nicked.
When I come off a glide, I'm selling as fuck.
Brown or white, which one have a pick? 10 out of 10, cause they loving the whip. Slip, don't slide when you touching the strip. Wear that mask, like trying to get nicked.
When I come off a glide, I'm selling as fuck. You wouldn't even know that something got touched. One hand in the air when I wave my stick. 2 hands in a team when I'm holding a bruh. All 16 who a shank and a crutch. Just but Sid's eye, bro, let's cut. From young I've been holding waps in yard. My aunt's done game and I think to bust. Bro, see touch on the aim and bust. So out right now, don't skate when you come. Nowadays music road and uptown. Flicker the wrist, got a shake and a bum. Man, I get smoked and
ooh, just like the flick of the wrist, the flick of the bus and everything else, man was doing his whole thing when he hopped off the porch. Like even him hopping off the porch and doing his whole thing when he was young, like they say, especially with everything else coming into it, like, the whole thing is already spinny, like it's already coming in spinny with the whole thing. And the way he just said, like, it was old, them old things, especially with the whole thing and everything else, commisting through, like, hopping off that porch, doing his whole thing, getting how you scared it.
and that's for fun. The heat or the snow, you can still get bundled. Love a glass and do it for fun. Talk bucks, let's go and bust it, come.
I spin that curb going round and round. I tour that town, every circle the ups. Went to another block and the things gets hot, but the glide don't stop. Park up and stop. Bros heads real hot, safety off lock. When I jump out here innocent, I just looked at bro, I'm like, don't be an idiot. Armed up and ready, I put one in the head, now feeling steady. Fill up the dings with petty. After I go on the glide, I'll glide in the painting's belly. Big batty gal, not Shelly. No, I don't touch no Jezzy. Bro fresh home, that's Benny. Still wait, bro, free belly. He gave man stitch work, nothing like Nelly.
Come ride with me and it's something like Nelly. A bro link up on the block to you.
Ooh, come ride with me and it's something else, just like the whole thing and the whole Ezzy, like
Jezzy, bro fresh home, that's Benny. Still wait, bro, free belly. He gave man stitch work, nothing like Nelly.
Come ride with me and it's something like Nelly. A bro link up on the block to you bellies. First
ooh, it's something like belly, something like that scaly, you know, come ride with me. It's something like Melly and the whole thing, like just the whole thing, like it's just, you know, these guys be coming in with different, you know, parts, different, you know, association skits, like, you know, just them, you know, especially with them, because they have their whole thing, like, you know, they both got their own, they both got the same, like, type of, you know, static, you know, same thing, same, you know, skillet, same purge, and same everything, you know, the way these guys is just loosed in, especially with Axe and them and Kush, and because they're the main ones, you know, doing all the, you know, the loaf and the Scotian and everything else, because they have a whole thing, you know, a pigeon and
first time I read it, I hopped at the ride, tried sing face hot, but Fez got techie. Second time I read, bro, take that strip, attempted it, but you only got a leggy. Carrying for days, but that shit so feddy. Could tell you about times on the wing, no telly. Me and these butt, these guys see your face. Blatted you with an ood and a leggy. I don't know how beefing most of these guys, or most of these guys been put on the telly. Glide in time, I know that I'm ready, better put on your boots and keep it steady. Ram me on my hip with them close Caselli. Friends in the L linking up with a heli.
Little bros like 15, rolling with a 15, trying to feed man all the inch. Drillers that make big cream skin, make a big scene, still roll around with a thing on my hip. Brown or the white, which one have a pick? 10 out of 10 cause they loving the whip. Slip don't slide when we touching the ship, and I wear that mask, I trying to get nicked.
When I come off a glide and sell it as fuck, you wouldn't even know that satin got touched. One hand in the air when I wave my stick, 2 hands in the ting when I'm holding a bruh. Oh 16, you a shank and a crutch. Just but Sid's eye, bro, let's cut.
Ooh, I was 16 doing shanks and the crush, you know. I was 16 doing the whole purchasing the crush and just the main thing. And then he said like just like he tripled it up, just like he was 20 it up, you know. He was doing this whole thing, you know, skeeving it up, you know, doing both, you know, doing both critics, you know, especially from the whole thing, you know, the way they come and the way they have the whole thing especially like, you know, they bring a lot of the, you know, the culture back, you know, because if it wasn't for a lot of these things, you know, it wouldn't really be no temporary culture, because they got a culture of a scene, you know, and them, you know, just as you really look at the mix, you know, it would be no culture, no races. It wasn't for, you know, the main presence of them, you know, having their whole thing, especially how they, you know, relutes they self and everything else, how it just flicks in.
From young I've been holding waps in yard. My aunt's done game and I think of bust.
Why pre, circle around, get round in my G. I've been dishing out corn, this corn ain't cheap, but you can get corn that smoke for free.
Why pre? Be a gun man that look at your teeth. 4 times I've been over there in a week, and 4 of them times I've had them done ski.
Pull up on a up, ain't waving a beam. Letting off steam. Raised with the gunners in an Arsenal team. I clean that up, ain't no Mr. Sheen.
Clean that up, ain't no Mr. Sheen. I ain't fat and no full of key, just on lean. I ain't tryna go back to the magistry. Instead I might roll with the baddest speed.
Little bro's like 15, running with a 15, trying to feed man all the inch. Drillers then make big cream skid, make a big scene, still roll around with a thing on my hip.
When I come off a glide and sell it as fuck, you wouldn't even know that satin got touched. From young I've been holding waps in yard. My aunt's done game and I think to bust.
Hey, with this one though coming into it, you know, you got the Purge, you know, the Purge, Kush, OFB acts and the whole thing, especially with this whole thing coming into it. Like he said he was so 15, you know, carrying the 15, like, you know, with the whole thing, you know, especially with these guys, you know, the acts and the Kush, because these guys really be putting in different, you know, sentences. Like they be coming in for that flow, and you know, their whole thing be, you know, it be, you know, really flicking it, like the whole thing. But you got just the Purge. Like I didn't even see this one coming, you know, especially with the Purge and everything else. Because the Purge, you know, especially with the Purge, like the Purging movie, even in Purging movies, like those ones were crazy. But even to see this one come into it, and they didn't, you got them onto it. So, you know, this one got a little bit of a everything else, you know, it got a little bit of everything as you really look at it through the outside scaly. But if you guys didn't like this one though, most definitely make sure you guys check this one out. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, everything else. And you know, just with the whole, you know, you got the whole scaly and everything else, and just with the Purge. But other than that, just with this one.